Hi guys, my name's Barry and welcome back to the channel. Mike Flanagan is now directing the new Exorcist movie. We don't know what it's going to be called now. I think when David Gordon Green was part of this supposed trilogy with Blumhouse, we were going to get the Believer, the Deceiver, and then something else. But of course, because David Gordon Green has now pulled out, when we say pulled out, he's probably been let go, but they've decided they're just going to go back to the drawing board again, trying to figure out what they're going to be doing with this new Exorcist movie. And Jason Blum has pulled the rabbit out of the hat, and he's pulled in Mike Flanagan as the new director. So Mike Flanagan has already confirmed as well that this new Exorcist movie is going to go in a different direction. I don't know if they're going to completely ignore the events of Believer, because I know they want to go in a different route, but at the same time, are they going to want to try and pull in Linda Blair for some part of the new movie? The chances are no, I would say, because Linda Blair isn't really an actress anymore. I've said this before, that I think she's more involved in animals, which is fantastic. You know, when you go from acting to something else, what better thing to do than protect animals? So she's more involved in this animal rights, and she's got a whole bunch of animals as well. So I don't know if she's got time to do an Exorcist movie. I know that she came back for Believer just at the very end of the movie, but you could tell that she didn't really want to do it. And then obviously with Chris McNeil, with what happened to her at the end of that one, it was just a nothing film. And before I saw the movie Believer, people were saying it was terrible, but I obviously thought to myself, do you know what? I'm going to give it a chance, because people said Halloween Ends was bad, and I loved Halloween Ends. So I gave Believer a chance, and it was terrible. It was bad. You know, it felt like it was building itself up to be something, and then nothing happened. So I didn't like it, and I thought maybe Deceiver would change my mind on how the whole thing's going to play out. But I have mentioned this time and time again that when you announce a film, it's fine. But when you announce a trilogy before the first film is even released, then you're setting yourself up for a fall. And I'm glad they're going in a different route now with Mike Flanagan. He's announced a movie. If it's successful, then I'm sure he will come back and do another movie. Now, I don't know how many movies Blumhouse are planning on doing. I know they're saying they were going to do 3, but that doesn't mean they're restricted to 3 movies. They're probably going to make as many movies as they can in a time frame that they have the rights to do so. Now, they obviously spent $400 million on the rights alone, nothing to do with production or marketing. $400 million on the rights alone. So they're going to have to try and recoup that money as fast as they can before they lose the rights again. With Mike Flanagan coming on board, he's obviously going to give his own Mike Flanagan spin to it. He's already addressed the fact that it's going to be a different story to the one that we saw last year. So where are they going to go with it? I genuinely don't know. Are they going to try and implement things from the original movie, or is it going to just leave that one? Maybe that's the best thing to do. Respect the original. Don't try and do a legacy sequel, because that didn't really work with this one, or Believer. The next one's not going to be called Deceiver, I imagine. And I think Mike Flanagan can bring something different to the table. Think of something else other than trying to do these legacy sequels. He's already made original movies that are great on their own. He's already given us sequels to great movies as well, like Doctor Sleep, the sequel to The Shining. So we know he's capable of giving us a sequel. So if they do give us a sequel, it could work. But he's already proven that he can give his original work as well, like Oculus and Ouija, things like that. And obviously his Netflix shows. So he's given his original stuff. So I don't mind if they do their own thing. Maybe give us a new protagonist. Maybe give us a new demon. You can even go back to the Pazuzu thing as well, and that could take over another little kid. The possibilities are endless, because we know that it's not going to be a sequel to Believer now. They've wiped the slate clean, and it can start again. My first choice for the director of the new Exorcist movie would have been Scott Derrickson, because of what he'd done with The Exorcism of Emily Rose. I'm not too sure about Mike Flanagan so far. So far, he's given us great films. He's given us great shows. So I don't doubt his quality, but he wouldn't have been my first choice. But because he is now the director of this new Exorcist movie, I'm very interested. I'm backing Blumhouse, I'm backing Jason Blum, and I'm backing this new Exorcist film. So with Mike Flanagan coming in, he's got the credentials. So now I am naturally going to be backing Mike Flanagan now. So everything's looking positive. I know a lot of people really crap on Blumhouse just now, no matter what happens. Rightfully so for certain things that they bring out, but they have brought out some really good films as well. And hopefully with Mike Flanagan coming on board, people will be on board now with a new Exorcist movie. So what are your thoughts on that, guys? Are you now excited for the latest Exorcist film coming out? Or are you thinking, do you know what, The Believer was bad, some of the other Exorcist movies were bad, and in fact the only really good Exorcist movie is the original, so I'm not going to be interested in this one? Who knows? Leave your comments and opinions down below, guys. Let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you soon.
Meeting adjourned.
I'll be right back.
What are you waiting for, huh?
Coming to get you, Barbara.
Ever played Skin the Cat?
Someone's in the back! See!